The camera pans over a quiet suburban street at dawn. A small, weathered house stands at the edge, its paint chipped, its garden untended. Suddenly, the calm is shattered by the thunderous blades of a helicopter descending right above it. Curtains in neighboring houses flutter open. Children run to the fences, pointing in awe. From the chopper, a tall man in a black suit steps out, his face hidden behind dark glasses. He walks straight toward the front door, where a single mom stands frozen in her night robe, clutching a mug of coffee, the same brand she bought for him just yesterday. Her eyes widen in disbelief. "Why are you here?" she whispers. He smiles softly. "Because you changed my life with a $3 cup of coffee." Fade to black. Title appears on screen. Single mom paid for a coffee for a strange man. The next morning, a helicopter landed at her house. Chapter 1, The Coffee That Changed Everything. Maya Thompson, 32, was a single mother of a 7-year-old boy named Leo. Her life was a mix of exhaustion and quiet hope. She worked double shifts at a local diner, earning just enough to pay the bills and keep Leo in school. Her husband had walked out 3 years ago, leaving her with nothing but debt and a broken heart. Every morning before her shift, Maya would stop at a small cafe near the bus station, not because she could afford it, but because that one cup of coffee was her only treat. It made her feel normal, even if just for a moment. That morning, the cafe was unusually crowded. The air smelled of roasted beans and rain. Maya stood in line behind a tall man in a wrinkled suit, his hair slightly damp. He looked lost. He fumbled through his pockets and sighed when he realized he didn't have his wallet. The cashier frowned impatiently. I'll come back," the man muttered, embarrassed. Before she even thought about it, Maya stepped forward. "I've got it," she said, handing the cashier a few crumpled dollars. The man looked up, surprised. "You don't have to. It's just coffee," she smiled softly. "We all have rough mornings." He stared at her for a moment, as if trying to remember her face, then nodded. "Thank you," he said quietly. "You have no idea what this means." Maya shrugged, not realizing her simple act of kindness had just set off a chain of events that would soon turn her world upside down. Later that day, her boss yelled at her for mixing up an order. Her car broke down on the way home. And Leo's school sent another reminder about unpaid fees. She lay awake that night, staring at the ceiling, wondering if her life would ever get better. She didn't know that someone, somewhere, was thinking about her, replaying that brief encounter over and over again. Chapter 2, The Helicopter at Dawn. The next morning, Maya was making pancakes when she heard it, a strange, thundering sound that shook the dishes in her cupboard. Leo ran to the window. "Mom, there's a helicopter outside," he shouted, eyes wide with excitement. Maya frowned. "A helicopter? Here." She stepped out onto the porch, shielding her eyes from the wind. Sure enough, a sleek black helicopter was landing right in the middle of their tiny yard. The neighbors peeked out of their windows, phones in hand, whispering in disbelief. As the blades slowed, the same man from the cafe stepped out, though he looked completely different now. No longer tired and disheveled, he wore a crisp suit and carried himself with quiet authority. 2 security guards followed behind him. Maya's heart pounded. "What is happening?" she murmured. He approached her with a warm smile. "Good morning, Ms. Thompson." She blinked, stunned. You're the man from the cafe." He nodded. "Ethan Cross." He paused, studying her face. "CEO of Cross Industries." Maya nearly dropped her coffee. "Wait, what?" Ethan chuckled softly. "Yesterday morning, I was about to walk away from everything. My company, my life, all of it. I was exhausted, betrayed, and done. But then a stranger showed me kindness, no questions, no judgment. You reminded me that there's still good left in the world." Tears welled in Maya's eyes. She didn't know what to say. He continued, "I found out who you were, I hope you don't mind. I wanted to return the favor, in a way that might actually help." He handed her an envelope. Inside was a deed to a new home. Fully paid. There was also a job offer, stable hours, health benefits, and enough to give Leo the life she'd always dreamed for him. Maya's hand trembled. "I can't accept this," Ethan interrupted gently. "You already did something for me when you paid for that coffee. You gave me back my faith." Leo ran out, tugging on his mother's sleeve. "Mom, can we really live in a house with a yard?" She looked down at him, then back at Ethan. For the first time in years, she smiled, a real smile. Maybe it's time we start believing again, she whispered. As the helicopter lifted off, the camera pulls back, showing Maya and Leo standing together, holding hands, watching it disappear into the sky. A soft narration closes the story. Greater than, sometimes, the smallest acts of kindness don't just change someone's day, they change their destiny.